Tanya here, and today I have another video for you guys, and the lighting is probably not going to be so great outside because we're going through a storm and it's snowing in November in New York, which to me is completely crazy and I hate the snow. So for me, it's not fun. For others, they might be loving this. Also, a lot of you know we just went through a hurricane last week, now we have a storm. So it's tons of fun out in New York right now. It's just the best weather ever. Like, come now. No, I'm kidding. But today I'm going to be doing my teeth routine, and I just am going to explain what I use for my teeth and kind of the process that my teeth have been through for my entire life. So, my teeth are pretty white, but I do whiten them, which you'll see later on. Like, I use white strips and stuff, and I've used them before, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a background on my teeth. I have naturally pretty healthy teeth. I have 0 cavities, which is really, really exciting because I just don't want to get the first cavity. But I don't have any cavities. I don't have any, like, root canals or caps or no problems like that. I have had, I think I had like 4 or 5 teeth pulled because I was getting braces, which I'll get into in a minute. But I've never had cavities, root canals. Like, I have pretty healthy teeth. I have a very small mouth, so I had to have a palate expander for a few years. No, not a few years. I think it was like a year and a half or something like that. I needed to have a palate expander in my mouth, which was very, very annoying. It's worse than braces because it's like at the top of your mouth and things get stuck in it and you cannot get them out. Like, braces, you can kind of stick something in and get them out, but you can't with the palate expander. So that was really annoying to me. But then I got braces, and I had braces for about 2.5 years. I had braces on because I have a crossbite, which I'm not very good at explaining doctor things or like teeth problems, but it's pretty much where your mouth in the back should come down like this, but mine was a crossbite, so it was like a cross. That's my understanding of it. I don't know. It was just back here. I was having issues, and if I didn't get braces, I'd have problems and stuff. So my teeth were never super crooked or super bad or anything like that. But I had my braces on, and then they went fine. I did well with braces. And when I got them off, I had slight white, slight yellow, like, the boxes, but not really bad at all. And then I had Invisalign retainers, so it's not the actual Invisalign, but I don't remember the term. It was just like a retainer that like snapped on your teeth, and it did not cause a lisp or anything like that. And I really, really like that. So you do have the opportunity to get that, because not every kind of issue that you had, so not every person can get those, only certain people. Not because of financial issues or anything like that. It's just certain issues that your teeth had, the reasoning you had braces, might not be able to have that done. But if you have that opportunity, just ask and they might be able to if you have braces currently. So I got those off, and my teeth were relatively white, but I was not very satisfied with them. So I got white strips, and I used them for a little while after, and then my teeth were pretty white, and I kind of stopped. Didn't do anything. I was just like, okay, I'm done, whatever. Goodbye. So then, I've always really loved having an extremely white smile, and that's always something that I always try to, like, strive for and stuff like that. So I've always looked into, like, really brushing my teeth and using white stuff and all of that, but I never really got white strips after the time I just got my braces off, and that was about 2 years ago. I think about 1.5 or 2 years ago. I think. Could have been like a year ago. No, I think it was like, okay, 1.5 years ago, I think. And so after that, so like a little over a year ago, I stopped really using white strips and all that stuff. But I've always really wanted to get white strips, and then very recently, like maybe a month or 2 ago, I was like, wow, my teeth are like really yellow. Like, I don't like this. I don't know why they're so yellow. Maybe it's because I drink a lot of coffee. I don't really know. But they were looking very yellow, and I was very upset about them. And I was realizing that I do have boxes on my teeth, and like my teeth are like split. So half are like yellow, half are white. And I was just getting very insecure about my smile. And I actually love to smile and love smiles and all of that stuff. So it was really making me kind of upset. So we're now and I want to go into everything that I use currently. So, my toothbrush and tongue brush. So my tongue brush I don't use as frequently as I probably should because, I don't know, I just get lazy, I guess. I'm not lazy about brushing my teeth. Like, I will brush my teeth 2 to 3 times a day, white strip every day, all of that. Like, I'm not lazy about that. But for whatever reason, my tongue brush just gets lazy. But the toothbrushes that I buy, I don't ever really look into specific. Like, I don't really get I always get the manual and stuff, never the mechanical. But I always want to get the Oral-B soft bristle brushes, and the rest doesn't really matter. I usually get them from my doctor, but this one I just picked up recently. I think it's like the new brush with like that thing, which is supposed to which moves when you brush. I don't even know how to explain it. But it's just a normal toothbrush, like, to me it is. I don't find anything, like, better about this than any other Oral-B toothbrush I bought, but all I know is, like, these things move. I just know that the middle is very, very soft, so when you're brushing your teeth, it's very, very soft, which I really like because I feel like you can really get down and stuff with them, so I really like that toothbrush. And then the Oral-B is just the Oral-B tongue brush. So they're both relatively very inexpensive and just simple stuff. So then the tongue foam that goes with my tongue brush, which I really, really like, is the tongue foam 100% natural oral brush. And it's just like I think you can buy these in like packs or just buy them separately. So that's that. And then my toothpaste. That's my favorite. I love toothpaste, not like I love the taste of it or stuff. I just love trying out new toothpaste, seeing how well they work. And I really love the Crest 3D White line. I just love the line of Crest 3D White. And I used to just be using the original Crest 3D White, and I was watching Linear's video, I think. Oh, I can't remember her channel. I'll put it right here. I was watching one of her videos, and she's talking about how this really, 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 really works. And this is when I didn't want to buy white strips yet because I felt like they were a little bit too expensive. I didn't want to buy them, and I was like, what can I use? What can I use? So I bought this, and she said it really worked. And since I'm using white strips currently, I don't know how well this works by itself, but I know with this and my white strips, my teeth look flawless. To me, like, this is just so much better than they were before I started this. So I'll just kind of zoom in real quick. So that's kind of my style. It's to me, it's like, I love it, but to others, they might be like, wow, it could be so much whiter, blah, blah, blah. But to me, this is so much better than it used to be. I never had extremely yellow teeth or anything like that, but I love just having that really white, glowy smile. So this is just the 3D White Luxe Glamour White. So it's just a little bit different, and it's supposed to remove up to 90% of surface stains in just 5 days. It's the same price. I find them really, really amazing, so definitely I recommend this a lot. Then the, like, what are these called? Floss picks that I use because I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how to use floss. Oh. So I use floss picks. Why do I keep touching my hair? I use floss picks, and these are just the Dentex ones, and I'll kind of show you real quick what floss picks are. Of course it doesn't want to open. We'll get a scissor. And I know I've opened this before, so I don't know why I didn't want to open. Okay. I just like cut it where I probably am going to regret cutting it in that location, but whatever. Oh my god. I keep wanting to pull my hair back, and then when I do, I don't like it. So, this been used? Ew, I think that one was used. Okay. This is what they look like. And it's just a piece of floss on a tick with a little pointy thing that you can, like, go in and get all the plaque or anything that you want to get. But you just go, and then stuff comes out like that. And it, like, has a minty taste or whatever, which I really, really like. And it kind of refreshes, like, when you go in, it feels like all minty right where you went in. So I really, really like those a lot. They're very, very good. So those I love. Then the mouthwash that I use, that I try to use once to twice a day. Sometimes if I use it twice a day, it kind of hurts a little bit, but I try to use it at least once a day, and it's just the what's Creedy? Crest 3D White multi-care whitening rinse, and I bought probably 3 to 4 of these bottle sizes, and it lasts a really long time. It's supposed to have the same whitening ingredients as white strips. I think that it might have the same whitening ingredients as white strips, just such a lesser dosage. I think if you use this and this after a certain, like over time, your teeth will have the same result as white strips. Will it be quicker? No. It'll probably take a little bit longer to get the same results, but I definitely think that these two in conjunction could do the same thing as white strips. But for me, I'm very like impatient and just want it done very quickly. So that's kind of the reasoning I use white strips. And then I have my favorite products ever, which is just the Crest 3D White Strips with the advanced seal. This is the step 4. So these were about $58 when I bought them, and I had a little certificate, so I got them for about $50. Then I had 20% off, so I got them for a better deal than they were, but they are definitely not cheap white strips. And for people who don't have very yellow teeth, they're not necessity items whatsoever, and I feel like if you use the toothbrush, if you brush your teeth frequently, you're very good about flossing, you use mouthwash, your teeth will be fine. And I just get very, very impatient and just want it done and want it done now. So white strips is definitely not a necessity item, but for me it's just something that I love doing, and I have quite a few days left of doing the white strips. It's a 20-day period. So after I'm done with this box, I'll probably buy another box later on, like in a few months or something, when my teeth are starting to get a little yellowy, because I do drink coffee, which isn't great. I try to be very good about drinking coffee, like when I drink coffee, to brush right after, and I try to drink coffee a little bit less because I really think that it does bad things to your teeth. But in the meantime, after I'm like done whitening, like my box is over or whatever, I use this, which is really amazing. You might be like, wow, like that's stupid, but it's the Plus White 5-minute speed whitening gel. No, it does not give the same results as white strips, but you're supposed to use this every single day for 2 weeks and got really great results. I've never done that before, the 2-week thing, but I use it, like I'll do it a week or like 5 days. If my teeth are just getting a little yellowy, I'll just do it. Or if like one of my teeth, because this happens sometimes, one tooth is like really yellow, I'll like put it on, and you can either use mouth trays for this or a cotton swab, or brush your teeth with it, which I think it's kind of weird because you brush your teeth and then leave it on for 5 minutes, but it's just a gel kind of thing, like you see. It's just like a jelly formula, and you leave it on your teeth for about 5 minutes and rinse it off, and you do that every day for 2 weeks, and you're supposed to get really good results. I don't use it that way. I just put it on when my teeth are looking a little yellow, or I'm just not fully satisfied, or I have like an event to go to in a week and I want my teeth to be really white. I'll go in with this. It's very inexpensive for a whitening product. It's like $5 or $6, I'm pretty sure, and it works very nicely, and I really, really like it. So that is my entire white strips whitening care video. I know that was pretty long and stretched out, and I'm sorry about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyway, and I'll talk to y'all soon.